pages.
Yeah.
And then, and so if I was to set up different landing pages, I could manage them all from
One angle.
one site. iPage.
Everything. I'm gonna give you an example right now.
Because
Just wait. Get the best angle.
this one,
Yeah.
Because I can look at it from here. And that's right in front. Okay, so as long as you stay in the white,
It shows me.
it shows you, because it only goes from the edge of the screen.
So it's good.
Right, and let's just get rid of this chair. Because that cuts off. And now we've got a very nice. Yeah, that's great, because you're nice and tall. It shows, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, so iPage.com, that's pretty much what you want to use, because iPage is it lets you pretty much tie everything in to one. Meaning, like you mentioned, see all these .coms? These are all the .coms that are managed under the hosting. So I get to host, I get to offer my consumer or clients, I get to offer them free hosting or minimal hosting. So I charge them like $10 a month, $120 a year. I give them free mobile site. I host a mobile site for free. And sometimes I even offer a mobile site for free. I build websites for $500. And these are like the sites that you saw. These are like $3,000, $4,000 sites. Because the sites we build, we have a knack where we build the sites from a trilingual stance. So the sites are converted into 160 languages with the click of one button. But you want that because you want that's digital marketing. When you think about money, when you think about making money, you think about money from all different genres, right? Trilingual money. You want Creole, Spanish, and English money because that's the market that we're in. So if you're doing a product, if you're doing a flyer and your flyer doesn't cater to the Creole, Spanish, or English-speaking people, especially in the South Florida region, I mean, you're not doing yourself any benefit. Straight up.
Right.
And this is an example. So you see, this is English right here, right? Okay. Now take one look. We're going to convert it to, let's just say, Espanol. Now we'll convert it to French. You see everything at the top has changed? Everything is converted into French. So we incorporate a plugin via Google, which, you know, derives from Google Analytics, because everything goes back to the mother pretty much.
Right.
And I'm going through this so you understand what you're putting out into the digital community and what you should expect to get back from the digital community. Because, you know, whatever you put out from a marketing standpoint, that's pretty much what you're going to get back. So you got to make sure everything is spelled correctly. You want to make sure that your hashtag resembles what you're trying to get out. So when people search you, they know what they're searching for. So you're MIS. So exactly what will your site consist of, or what will your business consist of for your website?
Oh, it's a search engine. I'm building a search engine, specialty search engine.
Okay.
And then it'll have tags, just like Google with special advertising.
So you're
links.
building a search engine.
Yeah, specialty though.
What do you call it? Specialty?
I haven't decided yet on name brand. Apologize. You know what I mean? Because I'm much more of a geek doing the coding or the back end stuff like that, and I'm going to have to bring in somebody to help out with the, you know what I mean, all that front end, and that's why I'm here in a way, thinking ahead. But I am concerned with the amount of customer feedback, and you know, it's a huge amount when you think about yourself sitting here doing something, coding, and then you've got, oh gee, I've got hits, I got Facebook postings, I got Twitter feeds, I got people sending me emails, there's people responding to a form on my web page, and how am I going to handle all that and do some coding work?
You definitely want to delegate.
You know what I mean?
And reach out to someone.
Anything automation or any kind of websites that'll help.
Yeah, you definitely want to reach out, because when you come up with your name, you want to think of branding when you come up with your name. So you want to have something simple and straight to the point.
Yeah.
Because say like the NBA and McDonald's, you know the NBA by the 3 letters worldwide.
Yeah.
160 countries. You know the McDonald's with golden R around the world. And on the digital network, it has what?
Yeah.
A golden R to reinforce their message.
Right. Yeah.
So, in saying that, we're going to make sure you create digital social media free accounts like YP, Yellow Page account, Twitter, Facebook, Blogger, digital press release, LinkedIn. All these are what you should have once you launch your website. You should have a branded social network engine for your website. So say for instance, if one of our companies is Urban Scrap Metal, so you want to have Facebook.com/Urban Scrap Metal. You want to have Twitter.com/Urban Scrap Metal. You want to have LinkedIn.com/Urban Scrap Metal. You understand the branding?
Okay.
That's why you want to come up with a name that's simple and straight to the point, because a lot of search engines not going to take Edward MIS thegreatest.com. It's too big. So you want to come up with a catchy website that is simple enough to be converted once it needs to reach to the social engine world. So the name is short enough, it's savvy enough, and it coincides and it drives traffic back to your website. Because that's the only use for a search engine, or not even a website. You have a website to have something to generate traffic to and point the traffic to. And that's where you will make your money off Google ads or whatever you have set up in the near future.
Right, exactly.
Hopefully from taking Professor Glover's course, you will have millions and millions of likes and followers, and you will be able to leverage that to generate capital.
Right, exactly.
And that's so people are leveraging, I mean, it's so many .com millionaires and billionaires, and they make their money off the network early in the game.
Yes.
You know,
Right.
put it in a trust fund and never lost it.
Yeah. A little saturated today with the numbers of sites, and we just finished building some mobile sites. Just did all the coding for how to build like a platform to build iOS and Android and Windows and BlackBerry
So you do
sites
all that stuff?
on the code side.
Okay.
And then so we've been running, looking at opportunities, and it's so saturated.
So if I need
Over a million, as you know.
If I need an application design, you can assist me with that?
Oh, well, I just tell you the guys, you could go, they build them in the classes just for fun.
Oh, I need your information.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
Give
and
me-
I'll just give you the guy when he builds
Give
them
me
up.
your
I'll give it to you
direct-
by the end of the class. I'll give you
Okay.
everything.
Yeah, I definitely wanna.
I mean, but there's tools to build software tools, newer software tools.
Okay.
So you don't have to learn to write Objective-C, which is the Android, which is the Apple computer language,
Yeah.
or Java, which is Android.
Andrew, yeah.
Or you've got another computer, like scripting language for Windows, and another for BlackBerry or something, or a Symbian. You know what I mean? So to cover the mobiles, there's now some newer tools where if you know the website languages, like yourself, so you would know HTML,
Okay.
you would know some of the back end called CSS, which is the style, which runs the styles across all the pages.
Okay.
And then the functions when you click buttons are in JavaScript. Those are the three very popular, you'll find developers like all over the place because they've been building websites for a long time. Well, if you could build a website, right, then these tools will take that code and translate the code into Apple code, Android code, and Windows code for a mobile.
Okay.
Now this is just it's more, if you need more than just drag and drop on a website. I mean, because we both know you can go to Wix or Wiki or something
Weebly.
and drag, and Weebly.
I build stuff out of Weebly a lot.
Yeah, and Weebly's fantastic, and it gives you a mobile look. But let's say you really want to use the camera.
Yeah.
Okay, then you got to get into the code. That's where I'm talking about. There's a step up from building the web. But if you really needed to build a more, somebody, they wanted to use the GPS, or they wanted to use the much more of the code of the phone functions, the buttons, and really much more like what they call a native application.
Yeah.
Then you can have somebody take your Weebly type code and translate it over to mobile.
Okay.
And so that's a new thing that's I just came out of the course, I just finished on Tuesday.
Congratulations.
You know, this is just brand new stuff. That's
Okay.
not brand new stuff, but
Because see, it's not enough content for the mobile market still. It's like a void. It's
content.
Like content, digital content, like enough apps, mobile apps, it's a void. It's still not enough content. I think it's like what? A reference to developers for mobile apps. Yes, it's still like, because you have to think, a lot of companies that's listed on sunbiz.org, for instance, right?
Right.
They don't even have .coms. If you go through and look, a lot of companies, LLCs or INCs in the state of Florida, they don't even have websites.
So they far don't have a mobile website.
That's what I'm saying. And it's a big void in reference to content and development for that genre. I mean, I'm quite sure that each person has like 1 or 2 cell phones, the average American citizen.
Yeah, well, we're on the same page. I mean,
Yeah.
with that now.
Yeah.
You know, and so there's the reason I think for that is that it's been a high cost to hire guys, for the companies to hire guys to
Exactly.
make a mobile site. And that's
what
why
it
I'm
is.
saying these new tools are jumping over those guys
Oh, okay.
that say, oh, you want me to build an Apple site? Oh, then you want me to rehire me to build another one for Android?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and you want me to hire me to custom make another one?
Yeah.
So now they're saying, oh no, just let me look at your web page code
Yeah.
and I can run it through these tools.
So it's like the
So
web
there-
page code is like a
It's
platform.
so it's good, yeah, and
A
you
digital platform.
You can look it up. It's not as simple as click and drag and drop. You'd need to know a little bit of HTML. You'd have to know a little bit of computer.
Who do you work for?
Oh, I'm not. I'm just finishing the school thing in the MIS degree now, which
Okay.
is computer. It's a combination with the engineering school and the business school.
So you know your stuff. I mean,
Well, I'm not. Yeah, but the marketing is not being taught. I mean, so
That's
I'm talking. I know how to do it,
Yeah.
but not how to sell it.
And see, this is the thing. This is the thing because see, that's what I'm gonna tell you. What you should do too, and keep in mind, you would want to consult for when you get done with your degree. Like I said, make sure you come back and see me. I could provide some services for you because you want to be on the vending list for the school district of Palm Beach and Broward and Dade counties. Because number one, you'll be able to get business from them.
Wow.
And you'll be on the state vending list. Because like I said, when you talk about marketing, it all goes hand in hand because when people when people call you, first they're gonna check your website to see if you got a website, if you're legit,
Yeah.
right? They could care less about Google Analytics and you tracking everything. They wanna know if you got a website and if you're able to produce. And when you consult for these schools, you wanna let them know, you wanna have like a proposal. This is what I know. And this is how I could deliver to you. And I could throw in Google Analytics to show you how to track what I'm doing
Right.
through a code that's generated. And you have a monthly annual report that will be emailed to you.
Right. Right.
And it goes hand in hand because it shows you that your medicine is working. So it's like it's digital medicine and it's working because I put it to use.
Yes.
And that's how I get to this point. I know what I do is working. So no matter what, it's supply and demand. I could come to colleges, I could come to universities, I could come to school districts and tell them, hey, look, this is the product I have. It's a digital product, and it works. Because, like I said, they're teaching everyone in college right now, especially in MIS and digital degree sectors, they're not teaching them how to go make the money. And that's the hardest thing because, like me, you Google everything. I mean, I'm legit. I know how to put it to work. I could undercut everybody because I don't mind charging them $500 for a one-page website and giving you $2,000 to $3,000 worth of services because it's a referral, word of mouth, and I know what I'm doing is working, no matter what.
Well, that's the big thing is that the pay-per-click, pay-per-action, right? That event, you've proven to someone that your money brought you a customer. Whereas when you put something in the newspaper, you put an ad on magazine.
Yeah, magazine, yeah.
You're not really knowing whether the person came in
Yeah. Oh, the subscription
from
for
that,
the
right?
pastime, yeah.
I mean, so they're paying for money. A lot of businesses are paying money for ads and stuff, but you prove it. You can
Yeah.
show them, hey, I brought you 1,000 clicks last month. Try
with
to
conversions, because you get a
and
conversion.
with conversions, right?
That's
of
money
that,
in your pocket.
That's right. Of the 1,000, how many actually bought something from you?
Yeah.
That's what I think. That's what brought Google
Oh, sky high.
Sky high, because the others couldn't prove
Yeah.
that. You take an ad out in the newspaper, how many came in? Well, as you know, they come out with coupons to try to prove they would come in with a coupon, and they could say, well, at least they came in with a coupon, I can see.
Yeah.
But you put an ad on the newspaper or the cable TV or
Yeah.
something, you don't have any clue whether that actually anybody came in.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. You don't. You have no clue, no conversion. They don't even tell you. I mean, you can have a questionnaire say, "How did you get here?"
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, but most of the people are used to questionnaires on their cell phone. That's why I told you it's not enough content for the mobile market still. Still to this day, if you do any research, I guarantee they're going to say on a 100% scale, we probably have 20 to 35% information provided to the mobile market. Because there's more people than developers. It's more consumers right now. We don't have enough consumers to provide the digital content and development for the market.
Yeah.
Straight up. I mean, just think, a lot of people sometimes they miss a lot of money because they don't have enough people to process it on the digital market. It's huge. It's not enough manpower. It's like a merchant account. You got chargebacks and you got stuff that go through, but it's not enough manpower to actual process all the information. That's why when you hear stuff, breaches and hacks and things of that nature, you hear about it months later after the breach. And whatever happened with the information, you hear about that years later. Through lawsuits. Oh, this lawsuit was settled. Nobody was prosecuted because, it's just they don't know. Because the digital market and the content that's there, there's so much information out there. And it's not enough developers to develop the information for different mobile sectors. That's why it's going to be work in the mobile market for the next 10 to 20 years. Because just think, every day a new phone fades out from a technological standpoint, which enables new things to develop. You went from websites to mobile sites,
Right.
to applications. Just think of that. In less than a decade and a half.
Oh, yeah.
Less than a decade
Less
and a
than
half.
that, much less than
Yeah,
that.
as soon as they released the internet.
Even 6, 7 years. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, what, 99,
No,
2000?
no, you're right. We went from paper to internet
From paper to
internet in 15 years. Right. Oh, that didn't even take 10 years.
Then you go mobile.
And mobile's only, I mean, the smartphone mobile, not just
Yeah.
cell phone, but smartphone
So just
mobile,
think,
5, 6 years maybe?
Yeah, because of
I mean,
beepers. You went from beepers,
Beepers, yeah, we went from beepers
to the block phones.
to the block phones, to flip phones, or
Because we were actually texting with beepers. People didn't know. Remember 143 and things like that. I love you, and people used to have different codes.
which they do now on
Yeah.
Twitter accounts and I am accounts are
But
doing
it's
the
hashtag.
codes.
That's
Now
derived by the hashtag.
Yeah, so it's yeah.
And see, I think what's going to be the next biggest thing, and we could probably partner up on this. The next biggest thing is going to be the hashtag.com. I believe once they figure out how to make it happen, that they're going to have hashtag blah, 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 blah.com. I believe that's going to take away just like the .org did. Like, hey, you can buy this new domain too that goes with your site. So if you have palmbeachpost.com, palmbeachpost.org, you want to have hashtag palmbeachpost.com. Or they may just have it as hashtag palmbeachpost as just a domain and eliminate the .com. Because remember, years ago, you had to put .com on everything. Now you can search and you don't have to use .com.
No, you're
Remember
right.
years ago, you
Oh,
would
yeah.
put something in the search engine
Yep.
and it would just immediately stop.
That's right.
Or come back error. You have to go back and put the .com or the www.com. Now you can eliminate www, which is the World Wide Web, a deregulated system.
Right, again.
No one owns, no individual, I think it was developed, I forget the guy's name, but no one owns individually the internet. It's deregulated.
Right.
Because
Right.
there's not enough manpower to regulate it.
Luckily, yeah.
Just think, who regulates? No one can regulate the internet. You probably have countries like Korea that try to block it out, but you can't stop it. It's people still there with the phone that could get some signals
That's right.
because it's so prevalent.
Right. That's all right.
Yeah.
And so I'm just surprised to hear another another, like you say, hashtag.com, because then we have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have .coms, you have web
Yeah.
pages. Now you're saying we're going to have another site, another place to go to?
That's my vision.
No, I mean, what would be on that hashtag.com?
I think,
What would it be, though?
Or they would just eliminate. No, it will go hand in hand with your site. So they'll probably just have it directed back to your site or point to your
You mean,
website.
so when
Another
you,
way of branding.
on your phone, you mean?
I believe-
when you hashtag.com, it'll actually go to your, it'll
Or
go
they
to
may
your
just
website.
eliminate the .com and just put hashtag and then the
Like a
website.
shorthand.
Exactly.
And that'll be your .com
It's
now.
like a handle, like Craigslist has a handle,
Oh,
a
okay.
handle name. So it'll be like a digital handle. That's my vision. Like I said, we could partner on it, Ed. You know, you don't mind Ed, do you?
No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
not at all.
We
No,
can
thanks.
partner on it. You know,
That's right. Well, I mean,
because
It's-
just think, the hashtag has become so big and it's still going. And I believe Jack from Twitter implemented it. He took it to the next level when he developed Twitter.
yes,
That was his whole.
they were.
He
really-
left Google, I believe, right?
I'm not sure. You know, I don't follow the social side, but I know their engineering to know that what they looked at. You know, the internet sends packets like little index cards.
Yeah.
It rips up your messages into little packets.
Okay.
It's a packet network, and then at the other end, it reassembles the packets.
Okay.
Like takes the index cards and
Okay.
put them back in order.
Okay.
So when you send an email out, let's say you send a one-page email out, it might end up sending 7 or 8 packets.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes your email page and rips it into little cards, and it sends it kind of like little train cars. You know, they're all like little packets running
Okay.
around. You know, which is different than the phone system, which is a switch. And it's almost like the old days with two tin cans and a string between them.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so you get like a direct connection between you and me. You're switched, so it all lines up.
Okay.
The internet doesn't do that. It just sends. You don't get a direct connection. It just constantly sends these packets.
Okay.
Okay, and so and then if it's so fast though, you don't know it.
Okay.
I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, come on, it's like, it's so fast. You don't know that your email pops up, it's one long page. You don't know that was 5 or 6 little pieces that came together.
Okay.
And then, but each time, so when you push the button to send an email, it takes your page, breaks it into these, and puts a number on it. Like, this is the piece number 1, this is the piece number 2, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And when it gets to the other side, it's just like a puzzle, puts them back in order.
Okay.
And so you see it. So you don't see that in the middle stuff.
Okay.
But why did I tell you that? Because the Twitter guys found the length of a packet.
Okay.
How many characters is in a Twitter? In a Twitter, how many letters or stuff can you do?
One says like under 50.
Exactly. I think it was 144 or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So they looked at the way the internet worked and said, "Hey, wow, the packet sizes. The one packet has allowed from the
Like 100
like a header to a footer on a
Yeah,
page.
yeah, yeah.
So you got a header which has the number and where you're going, and the footer's the end.
Yeah.
Well, between there, it limits to it breaks
So far,
up
how
every
many
44.
words, how
so
many-
yeah,
yeah.
so if you have a page with it breaks up every 144. It breaks. They said, man, if we develop a system where you only send 144, it's going to only send one packet. It'll get there in a flash. It'll be like an IM instant, boom. So these guys are sitting around going, wow, this thing, it wouldn't have to wait to like a web page and reassemble.
Yeah.
If we just send one little packet, it'll be like an instant message. You know what I mean? And that's how Twitter, they limited it to 144 characters because it's
Okay.
just one little packet. So these were engineers that looked at the way the thing worked
So that's what they did.
and said, let's now you develop a way for people to talk
Yeah.
limited to.
So it's like they undermined the
They
internet.
undermined it. Yeah, they looked at that. They said, "Hey, this is the way that, like the phone system.
This is how we should communicate.
This is how we should communicate. It'll be so much faster. There won't be any delay."
And that's what's causing a lot of just communication worldwide with just everything. Because people know right now what's going on.
And so you can tweet,
That's-
boom,
it
tweet,
makes
boom,
sense.
tweet instantly, and you get
Well,
it
listen,
real time.
Okay,
like
so you're saying because of the packet, right?
yeah, they limit. That's
Well,
why you
listen.
can't send a long letter on
But
it.
how did they, even with the packet, how did they figure out how to make it so direct and instant?
Oh, now that's because that's the way the internet. When you push the button to send, it picks up where you're sending it to, the address.
The IP address.
the IP address of the other side. That's all it knows.
No, but
And
I'm
so,
saying,
but
what
it-
did they do to make it so quick? Like instant.
because they limited it to the 144.
Oh.
If
So
you
it
wrote
travels
104, if you wrote 100, let's say it's 150 characters. If you wrote 151, it would have to break it into 2.
Oh, okay.
And if you
That's
wrote
not
2,
fun.
you'd have to break it into 3 or 4, and then you'd be back to like sending an email, which might take 4 or 5 seconds. It'd be a little delay because you'd have to send them and reassemble those.
Yeah.
But they said, man, if we limit it, everybody's messages are only limited to just those little characters, just only 150. Like one little sentence. You can't even half a sentence.
Mm-hmm.
That's instant delivery on the internet because that's only one packet. And think of it another way. You want to send a video, it might be 1 million packets. You might want to send a book, it might be thousands of packets.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So they said, hey, let's make a system with just one packet. And that's how they, that's how it operates so fast.
Okay.
There's no delay because it's just one packet in the system. Just because it's mixing up like train cars with everybody. They're all lining up, going together. But so if you're jumping like into other, it's all flowing like a river, flowing, and you just send one packet in there, it gets there. But if you send 5 or 6, it's in different spots, and it's a little slower.
Yeah, okay.
So this was like
So
real
that's why when
time.
you see the picture.
It's-
But listen, how come? Okay,
But
let me tell you.
that's not the point, though. The point is people wanted to instantly talk,
now.
right?
Yeah.
That's the point.
No, that's the point. No, but I'm saying too, and they took it to another level because I see what you're saying with the characters. If you put a picture, sometimes it take up so many characters, you got to eliminate, you got to reduce the words.
Correct. Right.
Okay.
So they developed their whole way.
So
of,
that's them. No one can ever claim ownership to that.
yeah, I don't know if they got a patent. I don't know if they got a patent or how they
But
could,
let
but
me ask you
it doesn't
this, though.
matter. I mean,
Even though I see how.
but that's how it works. I mean, I'm just trying to explain how
It makes sense.
how it's why it's so faster than everybody else.
Yeah.
Because it's everybody else is using the standard way where it breaks things up and they're sending an email or but Twitter was designed to be
That
just
way.
one packet, so it would be the fastest possible through the internet.
Even though it was funny, Pound has been around since down as dinosaur days.
Oh yeah, that
Pound.
pound sign.
Since
the
the
hashtag-
telephone. The hashtag,
yeah.
remember?
Oh,
it was
yeah.
always press pound or.
Press pound. You're
and it's
right.
crazy. We took it to another level.
That's right.
Remember
Yeah.
the old phones always had pound on them.
Right. So what you're saying now is just hit that pound sign and take you to a website, take you to your homepage.
My thing is, I'm thinking that.
I mean, because what? It's just faster than
I'm thinking it'll go faster
instead of like
But you can't do it
www.
yet. If you try to do it, try to go pound Palm Beach State. Just go pound Palm Beach State. And don't do edu. Just pound.
Don't do edu,
Just
I
pound
thought that.
and see what
Palm Beach
see what
State.
happens.
And
See, it searches everything associated with Palm Beach State.
right.
I'm thinking that they'll have it in the future where it has your own sector, that everything that comes up associated with Palm Beach State and comes up associated with the hashtag will come up based on that. And it'll go directly to your site. Like it'll have your site at the top.
Right. Because
That's what I'm
you
thinking.
own.
You own the
Palm
hashtag
Beach. Oh,
Palm
okay.
Beach State. And I'm thinking, the reason why I'm thinking that way because it hasn't been done yet. It makes sense. Or at least use the asterisk because just think, it's a void. Because what's next with the hashtag? They have to do something else. I mean, because it's still going. I think people love Twitter almost as much as Facebook, and Twitter was out before Facebook. I mean, Facebook was out before Twitter. I think Twitter came about, 05, 06?
Yeah, Twitter was recent compared. Oh, Facebook was much earlier.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're only talking a year.
But I had it in college,
Yeah.
2001, but you had to be a college student with a college email address. Remember? That's how it was. You couldn't be on Facebook if you didn't have a college account, a college email address.
Yeah.
And that shows how broad things are. For some reason, the people that invented Zach and all those other guys, the people that invented Facebook, they wanted it as a social network just for college networkers and alums and things of that nature. But it grew bigger. Because guess what? People on the outside looking in hear about Facebook. I want to be a part of the process. So now you don't have to have pglover@lynn.edu. You can have any email address to be on Facebook. And it's crazy because now they don't even allow it on college campuses anymore. Facebook.
Yeah, right?
And it started out as a college social network.
Yeah.
Isn't that like an oxymoron, right?
Yeah, it is.
People don't think like that.
Right. Yeah.
Because it's the power, like you just mentioned, it's the power of transmission of information
Yeah.
instantaneously.
Yeah.
And it's what you want to get out. And people, on collegiate campuses or businesses, corporate America, it's stuff that goes on. A lot of people don't want to get out. So that's, you have different views though. Across, it could be safety purposes, or it could be safety breaches because they don't want information to seep out, or because of, people always hacking.
And so, and I know on your thing you talk about social optimization, digital hashtags, marketing campaigns. What's a hashtag campaign?
What we just mentioned.
So that would be a hashtag campaign.
Yeah.
That's not just using Twitter, or no, you mean using Twitter?
No, that's using Twitter plus your other networks. See, what I do for you is I show you how once you have all these accounts set up.
Right.
So say, for instance, today, you're not ready yet because you don't have your website. So
Right.
say, for instance, you have your website, right?
Right.
Your website is going to be twitter.com, facebook.com. You're going to sync the websites together. And each account is going to ask you if you want to sync this account with that account. Once you sync those accounts and you distribute your information via Twitter, you hit one button, you're going to hashtag digital distribute your information across all networks on top of Twitter. So you'll be hashtag marketing via Twitter, via Facebook, via Orchid, and you want to do that because the more networks your website, your hashtag response is associated with, the more responses you're going to come up in, and that's what you want. All you want to do is be a part of the current hashtag digital conversation, and this enables you to do that.
And you mean on Twitter, using the
No,
hashtag
no.
handle? No.
I'm going to show you. Mine is Twitter, so I'm going to show you an example right now.
Because you're saying something so big, because, to go and update your Facebook page or update,
takes forever.
it's going to take forever. So if you're saying this would be, once you sync it,
Yeah, I'm going to show you right now.
you can sync it, then it'll all update everything from one place.
From one place to another. That's why you come see Mr. Glow, Professor Glow, straight up. Okay, so say for instance, right here. So if you go to home, hold on, let me give you a brand new page next. Okay, you see how I said share and update?
Okay.
And then,
Now that's from LinkedIn now.
yeah, I'm going to show you though.
Okay.
Hold on. Do an example. Why is it like something different? Okay, now you see it, here it is. Okay, now when you go here, say LinkedIn. My LinkedIn is synced to my LinkedIn is synced to my Twitter, right? I'm gonna show you how you're gonna be able to implement the hashtag. This comes from my Twitter. I mean, from my LinkedIn. So you see right here on LinkedIn, right?
Yeah.
It gives you the option to what? It says you can share public, just your connections, or with Twitter. You see that?
Yes, I do.
So it's synced. So this morning, I sent out a tweet. I mean, a LinkedIn response, right? And guess what the LinkedIn response had? I love going to Forbes.com every morning. That's my motivation. I go to Forbes.com and I read the quotes that they put, right?
Got it.
And they always say like great things. So I try to take words from what it means, like capacity and power and things of that nature. But that's my hashtag for the day. Because I use that because I know so many viewers read Forbes.com and so many viewers and business people build their hashtag responses from Forbes.com. So when I do my hashtag response, it's associated in the digital world with the current conversation in the business world. That's what I'm catering to. Does it make sense?
Oh, it makes a lot of sense.
And it's like I'm killing two birds with one stone because my Twitter is synced to my Facebook as well. So now when I hit one button from LinkedIn, I'm synced to my LinkedIn. LinkedIn goes to Twitter. Twitter goes to Facebook. And to go another step higher, it goes to my Instagram. And when I distribute from Instagram, it goes the same way. My Instagram gives me the option to distribute to Instagram, to Twitter, to Facebook, and to Orchid. 4 major social networks. And they're the top. But that's what comes in and answers the question to the digital
hashtag marketing.
Marketing.
Okay.
So
well, that's wonderful, and thank you.
I invented that. The digital hashtag marketing
I got
implementation. That's my
well, the reason I'm pausing for a moment is because I know on the syllabus later we're going to talk about paying for big tools like Hootsuite or HubSpots that would go and update your different social media with your stuff.
You don't have to.
But
that's why I gave you the option.
And so this is a freer way.
You save big bucks with Professor
Yeah, because some of
Glover.
those are $1,000 a month, $500 a month. And
you don't need it.
You know, it's a central place though for you to update, and it'll update your Facebook and your Twitter, right?
Right.
That's like a Hootsuite, or and so people are paying for all that, and they don't know how to do what you're telling them.
They
right
just
here.
gotta take Professor Glover's course.
Yeah.
And you're good.
That's right.
You know, and it's not cutting corners.
Or maybe,
You know how
maybe that thing about the hashtag uptide could be a site that would
that's what
go and then
I'm waiting
update.
on you to call me and say, Professor Glover, I got the greatest idea. And let's do it. I got a couple of venture capitalists in my pocket. You know, we're gonna put it to work because I'm telling you, I just don't have the time to implement it.
Oh,
I got
but
so much stuff going on.
I'm sure.
But I'm telling you, what I do, it works because I do it for companies. They hire me, and I'm at the college doing it.
Yeah,
it works.
Well, and it's a tool that you're using to save you time.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're managing all these websites, how would you be able to go around one by one?
Now
Take
you
forever.
see how I do it.
Yeah, right. And so you don't make them subscribe to HubSpot or a Hootsuite to update.
I just give it an option because most of that stuff, those sites are so complicated. Like say for instance, I had a student that was from FPNL. So they hired her, they promoted her, but she didn't even know how to use Hootsuite. She didn't even know how to use the other digital Adobe and things of that nature. So I had to show her because they have to order the software. The company purchases that software. So that's on a different level, you know?
Yeah. Right. And I know it's a bigger, I mean, it also gives you things like analytics across a lot of these.
Yeah.
And it also gives you sometimes email marketing campaigns.
But
So
they're
it's not
doing it
just
now.
updating. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
not only, there is more to some of those software packages than just status updates. You know what I mean? You're not just resending on. Like you're talking about resending on quotes for the day and posting on the different sites.
Correct.
The other software, Hootsuite, they have more to it, right? I mean, you can use it to like manage your email lists. You know what I mean? Or manage different web pages. So it's a bigger tool, but hey, for small businesses, how are you going to spend $1,000 a month right off the bat, or $500 a month for these software? Even the ones that even $200 a month. $200 a month. How to buy it when you could do it your way, and not have to.
Not have to. And see, it even once your site gets so big, it even provides analytics for you. You see, with Twitter. So going back, when you said you don't need Hootsuite, you don't need all these other digital applications. You know why? Because it provides an analytical report. So after I do what I do, meaning I sync to Twitter, I sync to Facebook, I sync to LinkedIn, I sync to Instagram, right? And I'm killing 4 birds with 1 stone in this trilingual market. Remember that. And you want to go a step further too. In this trilingual market, you want to always put out introduction hashtag responses that's friendly to your market. So what I do, like sometimes when I put out a big campaign message, I may put como esta, I may put se passe, I may put wagwan. Those are like the intro greetings to different genres, Creole, Spanish, and English. And I put the hashtag like hashtag como esta, hashtag good morning, hashtag se passe, and then I'll put what I'm branding. Trilingual marketing, urban scrap metal, hip hop idol, Palm Beach State College, electric skateboarding 101. You know? Because those are commonly used phrases, and I'm like, what Jack did, I'm backdooring the system. You know? I'm undermining the digital, and I'm making it work harder and smarter for the price of nothing, because what's my whole campaign? You pay to take the course, so I'm going to show you how to use the free digital products for the course.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I already got the price of the course.
You know?
Just from learning that one thing, because I assumed you'd have to either sit down and one by one be updating all your social media, half a dozen sites every day, and take you an hour, 2 hours every day, or you'd have to pay the money and get one of these things like Hootsuite and or HubSpot or others, and pay them, you know, a couple $100 a month for one place that would automatically update the different sites.
Yeah, no.
And so you're saying then you can also get your analytics from each one of those. You could go to your Twitter and get some analytics.
Right.
You could go to Facebook, get some analytics. So we're looking at right here. We're looking at
it tells you applications. Do you want to connect to Facebook? What we just saying?
Hootsuite and Google
Analytics.
and Vine.
You could sync it to anything, but you want to always like these are givens. Whatever is top on the Twitter list and on the Facebook list for syncing, you want to make sure you have an account for each one of those, because you got to create an account for each one of those.
Okay.
The free ones though, you don't want to create the money paying ones. You want to create the free digital social networking accounts to brand Edward MIS. Just use an example. Edward MIS, you want that branded Edward, Hootsuite.com/Edward MIS. Facebook.com/Edward MIS. Google.com/Edward MIS. Twitter.com/Edward MIS. You want to make sure you have a free account so you can sync it to. Because if you don't have the account, you can't sync it to anything.
Right. Right.
Right or wrong?
That's right.
You got to have the account.
And now I ask, when you say got account, if you have a small business, do they charge money for a small business account as compared to your own personal account?
You mean for Twitter and Facebook?
Yeah.
No, all the accounts are free.
Yeah, but even if you have
But this is the thing, what I tell you, for write-out purposes,
Not
you
even-
want to put everything in your business name.
Oh,
Only thing
okay.
different now, years ago, you could just have everything for Twitter, any social network, to come up as Urban Scrap Metal LLC or Edward MIS LLC, right?
Right.
As a name, first and last. Now, because of all the creepy stuff that's went on in the world, you got to have it with a real name, and then they ask you for your display name. So then you use your business name for everything.
Right.
So they give you the ability to use your business name for everything.
You can.
And that's what you want to do.
And there's no charge because now you're an official business. You got a business name. They don't charge businesses different than personal accounts.
You just want to use all the free digital accounts. When
yeah.
it says charge, you have the option to pay. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I got where I got our free accounts. And that's why I tell you with iPage, the benefit of using iPage, I'm going to show you. iPage gives you the ability to use so many free digital products. I can set your account up, your website up, in hours, and you will be a full operating company, Fortune 500 look, with a 1-800 number and everything. And the 1-800 number, guess how much it costs? $1.
That's all?
I'm going to show you. Maybe less than that. Well, you know, I have a lot of digital accounts, you know, so. We're gonna break in like 10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. Now, when you say marketing, it even gives you the ability to tell you, when you deal with iPage.com, it'll do a scan for your site. And it'll tell you what social networks you don't have.
Really?
Yeah. See, 4 out of 5 customers conduct local searches. What are they looking for? So start a free scan on your site. On top of that, these are the free products that comes with your site. Free toll-free phone number. Free YP listing. Everything I told you in the syllabi, I deliver, right?
Right.
Because once you crack open and do business and buy your domain and get your hosting account with iPage.com, it coincides with everything I taught you and it simplifies your whole business life. So at the drop of a dime, when you're done, you'll be able to have your own developed website with all these free products that's going to enable you to show up in Google search engines around the world instantaneously. And you'll be showing up in trilingual search engines because you'll have Spanish, Creole, and English hashtags associated with your branding and marketing campaign.
Well, later on today, then, I'll have to ask you the issue is when you get that kind of